Hello and welcome on Frontiers in Artificial Intelligence. This is Paolo, your host from San Jose, California. So today we had the pleasure and honor to interview one of the CEO of one of the most advanced computer vision companies here in the Valley, so ChooCh. So I want to give you just a brief update on what you will find in the interview and maybe get some interest around it. So Emrah, the CEO of ChooCh, is the typical immigrant figure. So he was born to immigrants' father and mother here in the United States and studied here. He studied business, although he came from a family of technical people and scientists and engineers, basically. And he started to become an entrepreneur, mostly in non-technical businesses. And then he felt the need to go back to his parents' native land. So he went back to Turkey and the Middle East for about 10 years. And he built a number of businesses. And you can find more about this in the interview, about this interesting story, until at a certain point in his life, he comes back and he starts this interesting computer vision, artificial intelligence company. And one of the things we have discussed in this intriguing interview, some of them concerns the business model. So what type of business models are emerging today in AI? And two of the insights that we learned from Emrah are basically one, that it's nearly impossible not going through a stage of customization when trying to deploy these very innovative technologies. So therefore, lots of these startups and particularly Emrah approach was to basically reach out companies and sell the service as a customized service so that it could, differentiate this company with respect to whatever other competitors are out there in the market. It's a business model that has pros and cons, but Emrah believes it's absolutely a need for early stage startups in advanced technologies. So if you want to learn more, again, subscribe to the channel, and you'll have the full interview that will be released in 1 or 2 weeks from now. So the other important teaching that we had on the business side is actually counterintuitive. So very often, the founders and the marketers of startups are taught by senior entrepreneurs that they first have to find the problem, then they have to understand how to transform that problem into a business, and then they have to serve their customer, that specific customer base that has been identified. And there are tons of this type of advice out there, online classes, and lots of this on specifically on both online and on when you go to meetups and so on. But the very point is that when you face technologies that are really innovative, you go into what I call the Henry Ford dilemma. And one time, Ford was asked what customers would have told him to build before he invented the cars. And he said, if I had asked to them, they would have asked for a better horse or a faster horse. So that's pretty, that's pretty illustrative of the concept. So with Emrah, we covered this area of innovation where you actually had to develop and try a new technology and then find an application. This is exactly the contrary of what most of the startup advisors will tell you out there. But the fact is, when you are at the forefront of technology, that pretty much you need. And we explore why and to what extent you can invest in R&D when you are an early stage startup. So these very interesting findings from real life and real startups here out of Silicon Valley will be contained in this interview. I found it particularly interesting. I hope you'll also come and watch this interview. And for the time being, I wish you a fantastic day and see you at our next episode here on Frontiers in Artificial Intelligence. Bye-bye.